record it. Funny how the music keeps
Thank you to our Miscoe band. Good morning, everyone. Students, you may be seated. Good morning and welcome, students, staff, and families, to our commencement ceremony. This is the perfect end to, one of my favorite words is wonky. This is a perfect end to what was a wonky year. I'm so appreciative of the sunshine and everybody's availability to come join us this morning to celebrate these awesome students and human beings in front of us. My name is Mrs. Mannion. I'm the proud principal of Miscoe Hill. Many speeches begin with a quote, and this one is going to be no exception. It was Bob Marley who said, "Beginnings are usually scary and endings are usually sad, but it's everything in between that makes it all worth living." 4 years ago, you faced a beginning, leaving elementary school to start middle school. You entered Miscoe feeling a little scared. The building seemed big, the staff seemed unfamiliar, and getting to know 100 peers from the other town was a little daunting. But then you went to nature's classroom. You created a wax museum and celebrated Greek Day. You dressed up for Halloween and wrote essays, stories, and poems. You cheered, sang, and danced at all school meetings. You learned complex math and attended socials. You created works of art, performed in plays, and played on teams. You worked on lab experiments, practiced coding, and learned to speak in different languages. You studied the themes of geography and the themes of literature. You developed, practiced, and applied civic skills. You learned to eat well, be well, and stay well. You performed musically and found ways to contribute to our community. You asked, argued, listened, and laughed. You Googled and Zoomed. Man, did you guys Zoom. You masked. You Insta'd, you snapped, you TikToked. You gaga'd and block partied. You survived and thrived, learning that life is tough, but you are tougher. And now you have arrived at a milestone moment, your last day of middle school at Miscoe. This ending is a little sad, and thinking about the beginning of high school is a little scary. But today, we celebrate. We recognize the significance of everything you've experienced in the 708 days between the first and last days of middle school, knowing those are the things that make life worth living. We honor the learning you've done, and the growth you've shown, and the wonderful, perfectly imperfect human beings you have become. And we congratulate you. We've all heard the adage, it takes a village to raise a child, and I speak confidently for Miscoe staff and families when I say we are so very proud to be part of yours. Congratulations, class of 2025. There's another person I'd like to celebrate today and congratulate. After 6 years at Miscoe and many, many more in other districts, Mr. Marshall is retiring. Mr. Marshall, our assistant principal, has touched so many lives, both student and adult. We'll miss his wisdom, his laughter, and his presence at Miscoe. Please join me in a round of applause to wish him a happy, healthy retirement. I'd also like to recognize the faculty and staff who have educated your child, supporting them both academically and emotionally through previously unimaginable conditions. Their enthusiasm, perseverance, and commitment do not waver. They are true professionals. I'm so grateful they're part of the village raising these fabulous children. And lastly, parents and families, middle school can be tough on a good day. Thank you for being our rock, our foundation. Thank you for sending us these amazing children, sharing them with us over these past 4 years. We appreciate your partnership, and we think you are tremendous. We always say we have great kids at Miscoe because we have great families, so thank you all. I'll now turn the microphone over to Dr. Maruschek, our superintendent, so that he may share a few words.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning to our students. Good morning to our parents, family members, grandparents, and all of our staff members gathered here for this special event. We are honoring our 8th grade students for one of what will be the first of many landmarks in your educational careers. Well, if I have any message on this, the last day of a year that has been one for the books, it's this, plain and simple: things are getting better. After many difficult months, we're seeing the clear end of a historic pandemic that has taken its toll in one way or another on all of us. I'm really pleased to report we are rapidly returning back to normal. In fact, all of us superintendents got the word yesterday from the State Commissioner of Education that for next school year, the plan is that there will be no COVID restrictions or measures like distancing or universal masking. I knew that would get applause. Thus, I think it's apropos that we're celebrating on this beautiful late spring morning, a morning that I think is a perfect metaphor for the hope that exists in our hearts. It's a hope for a fun, relaxing, and healthy summer that is just right in front of us. But there's also a hope that as we get back to normal, we truly cherish what means the most, what matters the most in our lives. 8th grade graduates, I hope that you cherish the people who love you the most, your family, your friends. I also hope that you reflect on the meaning of the education that you received here at Miscoe and look forward to continuing your educational journey with hope and confidence as rising freshmen. Yes, things are getting better in the here and now, but things are also getting better in the big picture for all of us as we progress as a society. Each and every single year on this day, as we celebrate our 8th grade students, I always have a flashback to my childhood in the 70s, and I think of my late grandmother. I think of her and the many stories she shared with me about having to end her formal education, like right here and now, at the end of 8th grade, as a 14-year-old girl. The year was 1925, and I think it was pretty common back then. Statistically, if you can believe this, only about a third of girls went on to high school back then. And when they did, they were tracked into classes like typing and home economics, whether they wanted to take them or not. And as far as after high school, only about 7% of women went on to college back in those days. The overall educational statistics were abysmal, as only about 30% of students graduated from high school at all. I remember back then as a kid feeling horrible about my grandmother's fate, as after she finished 8th grade, she got a job in a carpet factory in her hometown in Connecticut, and she proceeded to work there for the next 51 years of her life, weaving and binding carpets. She was a really smart woman, and she read voraciously to keep her mind active. However, I know that she spent most of her adult life often wondering what might have been, as she finished had she finished high school and possibly even went on to college. I tell this story this morning to give all of you perspective on how much we've progressed. Things have gotten markedly better, not only in the past 100 years, but incrementally on an annual basis. All of you have so many opportunities ahead of you because of your education. Never lose sight of that and take advantage of the opportunities that your education will bring you. These opportunities, along with your hard work, will define your future success. Please never, ever forget that. I say this to all of you this morning with the belief that all of you are fortunate. Yes, you live in an era where things are indeed better, but you are also blessed to come from homes with parents who love you, support you, and give you what you need to be successful in school. You are also fortunate that you live in communities that value education, that want both their students and their schools to be among the most successful in our state. So as you get older, my message is this: pay it forward. Get involved in something within our towns, whether it's your church, an organization that you belong, say like the town soccer league, baseball league, or basketball, whatever, and volunteer your time. Both of our towns have great senior centers, food pantries, and public libraries. They are always looking for help. Why not offer some of your talents to give back to the community that's given so much to you? And finally, as a bit of a final advice, I urge all of you to continue to do all of the things that got you here this morning. All of you, each and every single one of you, have been successful. So continue doing those things, like setting clear goals, developing a plan, and studying hard. Give each and every single day in high school your absolute best shot, because always the little things do make a world of difference. So I know I speak for the Regional School Committee, Mrs. Mannion, Mr. Marshall, and I really want to highlight, particularly this year, our 8th grade team of teachers. Quickly, Mrs. Olson, Mrs. Cartier, Mr. Charest, Mrs. Holloway, Mrs. Joyce, Mrs. McCourt, Mr. Oldfield, Miss Rhodes, Mr. Rosnow, Mrs. Sheehan, Mrs. Shalali, Mr. Adams, Mrs. Lafreniere, Mrs. Hess, Mrs. Maloney, and especially our standalone remote staff, Mrs. Fournier, Mr. Massey, Mrs. Raposa, Mrs. Schwartz, and Mrs. Steckbeck. Can we give them a little love this morning, please? I know I speak for all of them when I say farewell to all of you. Farewell to the memorable Miscoe class of 21, but more importantly, like Mrs. Mannion said, hello to the class of 2025. Your educational journey goes on. Things will continue to get better, but trust me, the best is yet to come. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
We will now be treated to a performance by our Miscoe Chorus. will now commence with the distribution of certificates of completion. Our 8th grade homeroom teachers will be sharing certificates, and students, once you have received yours, if you could step under the tent for a quick photo, that would be fantastic. So we are going to start with Ms. Joyce.
Not you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ms. Joyce, and I will be calling my homeroom. Aiden Baylor. Braden Belcastro. Kylie Bellafontaine. Emily Berger. Andrew Borst. Chanel Cotto. Samantha Driver. Blade Ferris. Rosemary Gollin Mainville. Alden Genovese. Abigail Gibbons. Eleni Guarnieri. Eric Halsing. Connor Hennessy. Mia Herron. Eduarda Marins. Alexander Ramsey. Ryan Rezick. Lauren Ruggiero. Haley Sakon. Peter Schraft. Grayson Slater. Amelia Squires. And Samuel Vinson. And now Mr. Sharast's homeroom.
around a bit. Sorry. On mic. All right. Youssef Aldemessier. Richie Anketel. Clara Averill. Kaylin Belafontaine. Vincent Campbell. Thomas Collins. Jennifer Constancio. Rachel DiPetrillo. Angel Garo. Lauren Granda. Paige Hamburger. Vinny Lambrino. Tatum Loftus. Fallon Lozano. Dylan Magazu. Ian McGuire. Joey Mazzarelli. Jacob Nagda. Isabella Papamitro. Jacob Pelk. Justin Pomerantz. Nicholas Potter. Ava Rousseau. And Ethan Storer. Now this is McCourt's homeroom.
Juliet Alexander. Kayla Aubett. Susan Barrows. Connor Belleville. Paul Bonina. Cameron Condon. Amanda Correa. Emma Cotter. Colby Duncan. Kylie French. Jorge Gamboni. Haley Gibson. Benjamin Graves. Jack Harvey. Chase Kelly. You're welcome. Gwendolyn Kirstein. Bridget Klupa. Eliza Kurz. Daniel Lau. Hannah Lay. Maggie Lewinsky. Harmony Melendez Torres. Kaya Montano. Dylan Moore. Braden Naveau. Avery Orff. Maria Palmer. Ashley Pisano. Benjamin Wrights. Harry Sims. Tabakin. Kayla Valacio. Next up, Miss Holloway's homeroom. Good morning. What a beautiful day for this. Nicholas Alvarez Benincasa. Jonathan Baham. Amanda Bertuglia. Ella Blakesley. Cameron Brennan. McKenna Brennick. Cadence Carr. Andre Chauvin. William Collins. Molly Devlin. Kaylee Dibburn. Evangeline Doyen. Tristan Dugas. Charles Jaraka. Grace Johnson. Makari Manzi. Bryce Miller. Hector Miranda. Jack Neely. Gabrielle Palmer. Patriquin Sanchez. Jacob Selby. Vanessa Stroop. And now Mrs. Sheehan's homeroom.
Nathaniel Aslan. Sophia Blaylock. Luke Broder. Marie Bruno. Alexander Burgos. Samantha Carroll. Madison Carter. Caleb Clark. Francisco Constante. Joseph Del Tufo. Alexis Feinberg. Isla Francis. Leona Gerard. Ella Hellman. Grace Harrison. Emma Lynch. Ryan Poirier. Cameron Roy. Ruby Snyder. Ariana Solano. Kai Storer. Paul Van Norman. Cassidy Walker. Caroline Young. Mrs. Olson's homeroom could come up. Lila Allen. Paige Anderson. Alex Banstra. Maxwell Bevavino. Mark Calabrese. Gavin Chase. Jessica Clemens. Amelia Corbin. Jake Fernandez. Tyler Gladue. Kyle Gomes. Madeline Gowan. Jocelyn Graham. Kenneth Hansen. Stephen John. Zachary Johnson. Grace Joseph. Leela Levas. Cassidy Lyon. Mina Miguelia. Andrew Moses. Dylan Muccini. Isabel Nicholson. Elise Rich. Remy Romano. Abigail Charnagle. Patrick Scott. Charlotte St. Pierre. Nathan Varney. Ramya Vempati. And the next homeroom will be Miss Rhodes. Oh, Mr. Rose now? Oh, sorry, to follow the program. Mr. Rose now's homeroom.
Jackson Alcott. Kendall Bradford. Kiera Day. Ava Garvey. Lily Harvey. Natalie Johnson. Stephen Joyce. Gavin K. Cooter. Keegan Kelly. Leticia Limas. Anthony Lynch. James McKinney. Kyle Miller. Marie Neon. Curtis Patrick. Deanna Plotkin. Daniel Ruddick. Amelia Santoro. Gabriel Sicarella. Jorvan Upal. And now Miss Rhodes is homeroom.
Cade Arthur. Dominic Bonina. Caden Botticelli. Carlos Eduardo Brito. Colin Bullock. Samuel Cray. Olivia De Silva. Benjamin Ellis. Thomas Evans. Samira Evans. Maximos Fernandez. Max Grisanti. Ryan Jacks. Jacob Jang. Julia Kerens. Lily Colleen. Julia Lenfest. Jason Loschiavo. Aiden Lucier. Daniel Moon. Arman Priyadarshan. Elizabeth Schulte. Gretchen Utah. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the class of 2025.
That brings us to the conclusion of this morning's ceremony. Parents, we hope you take advantage of this glorious day to get some fabulous photos. And if you are taking a sibling home with you today, if you're taking your child home, please make sure, if you haven't already, that the office knows, so we have everybody accounted for. Thank you again. We're so proud of you guys. Congratulations.